Okay. Wat ek nou vir jou gaan wys hoe om te doen is verskriklik belangrik vir enige website of web app. Dis waar jy begin met jou search integration. So Marlene, jy was deur die basic course gewees.
Ja.
Okay, so ek gaan vir jou wys hoe om te doen op card.co.
Okay.
So een van die tips wat ek vir jou kan gee is sit maar altyd jou HTTPS in. Want op hierdie forums met Google soek hy die HTTP of HTTPS en hy vereis HTTPS. Okay, so dan moet jy verify ownership. So op card kan jy nie files na die root directory van die website upload nie. So ons gaan hier is die ander opsies hierso. So om 'n meta tag in jou site se homepage te sit is eintlik die maklikste. So jy het Google site verification. Kopie daai gedeelte. Ek maak gou 'n kaart oop. Hulle het dit gegaan al die assets ek paar goed bygelas hierso. Okay, so dan as jy gaan na publish hierso en jy gaan na settings. Hieronder gee vir jou waar jy Google Analytics ID kan insit as jy dit wil gebruik, maar hierso is meta tags. So die content, die naam het ons nou gekopie is Google Site Verification. En dan is gelyk aan en dan content is wat ek gaan weer daai tab vind. Ek kry nie die tab nie. Okay, jy sê en hier is die content. Is hierdie ons noem hier 'n hash.
So 'n hashteken basically.
Ja, hierdie tipe token is 'n hash token.
Ek sien nie die token op die oomblik nie.
Nou, hier waar sê content. Dis nou sorry, jammer. Nee, so jy sien content. En dan daar YXHD daai code. Dis 'n hash code. Want hy het nie hexadecimal nie, so jy sal sien ons nie getalle nie, dis net letters.
Okay. So dit kopie en paste langs is gelyk aan 'n kaart.
Yes, so jy copy op die clipboard. Dan gewoonlik vat ek dit deur na Sublime toe. Net om te check dat ek korrekte code insit. Dat ek nie miskopie nie. Okay, is nog iemand hierso? Toetsie. Okay, so dan op card share this tab instead. you saw Google site verification equals the paste, publish ons die changes. Okay, so dan as jy gaan kyk na view site en jy view page source hier heel bo ek gaan hom met so vang. Sien hier so is hy. Meta name, Google site verification, content, daar's die code.
Dit wys nog nie.
Ja, maar daar's hy.
Dankie. Okay.
En let op waar hy is. Hy is op die eerste lyntjie. So jy weet hy is in jou header. So gaan ons terug na Google toe. So now we're back on Google and we're ready to click verify. Now it's checking verification. Ownership verified. Then we can go to the property. So you go to pages. Okay, so they're currently still setting up, processing data. Please check again in a day or so. Okay, but here you're going to go to use your sitemaps, where you're going to enter your sitemaps, and then dead pages, removals. And then the page experience is here, the core web vitals here. This is also still processing, so all your links, your backlinking profile. This makes Google Search Console very, very useful. So we'll come back to this next week and then see what it looks like. This is of course free and included in every Gmail account. Okay, what was the other thing I wanted to show you? Utositse, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here, Henrik.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
How are you finding the assignments?
I I don't find them challenging. The ones that I have already worked on. The one that I'm going to find it challenging is the one that you gave us. The one that we should create fake accounts and what have you. I think
Yes.
it could be a bit challenging, that one.
I'm going to show you how you do that now.
Okay, I'm with you.
So you go to Google Cloud Console, which is still loading on my side. Okay, mine is in now. Let's just go to the home page. You want to click on create a VM. So for this, there's a special announcement I have to make as well, a big announcement actually, is for this class CDN that we're building, this content distribution network. I'm going to hook it up to my new servers that I'm building, and then you'll have access to 720 gigabytes of high-speed cloud storage, which is a lot. Connection speed's going to be about 50 megabytes download and 50 megabytes upload speed. So anywhere in South Africa you can stream movies, you can and it's like really fast because the servers are in South Africa. Okay, I'm gonna add a billing account here. So they'll ask you for a billing account. You have to make an appointment to just cancel the billing before your credit runs out, and then they don't bill you. But they let you know, actually. They're not assholes. Like, Google's nice. They let you know way before they bill you. So you go to create account. They might not even ask for a credit card. Now payments.google.com has been activated. See, yeah, they found me. And here's all my cards. I think this card works. Something's happening. I can't do this. So anyway, you go there and create an account and you create a VM. But since you'll be using a new account, they'll be able to go through. So the Google Cloud dashboard does allow you access to the Google Shell console, which is up here to the right. Here the console opens. It's at the bottom. Now I haven't been on the Google Cloud Shell in a long time. Okay, here we go. So this computer I'm on right now is actually a group of computers that all run as one big computer. And it's very fast. For example, if I ping google.com, okay, bash is ping's not available. Okay, in this folder I'm in, there's a readme.cloudshell.txt. I'm not going to open that now. I'm in my own folder, my name is HRepertoire0. So, any questions on the commands I just typed in?
I don't have any idea what you are actually doing.
Me also.
So, this is where the fun begins. You remember in the curriculum it said DevOps? This is where you do DevOps, and this is how you do DevOps. That little black area at the bottom is what we call a terminal, which is a window into another computer, kind of like a command prompt on a Windows machine. So if you hit Windows R and you type in CMD, which stands for command, you get a command prompt, which is nothing more than a terminal. So if you're from the Linux crowd, or if you hang around long enough, you just talk about terminals. So a terminal is a powerful thing. You can do absolutely anything through it. Stuff that you can't do normally with what we call graphical user interfaces, or GUIs. So the top half is a GUI and the bottom half is a terminal. Does that clear things up a little bit?
Not quite clear.
I also lost you on that one.
Okay, there's a couple of things you need to memorize though. Is the commands. So if you are up here on full screen, let me just find my little tab again. And here we go. Okay, so the first command I typed in here was ping google.com. Now what does ping do? It does a DNS name resolution, and then from that gets an IP address, and it sends to that IP address 8 packets of data. Then in the header message of that packet of data is included instructions to return to sender as soon as received. The receiving computer, if ping protocol is activated and it is available and can be pinged, will process those 8 kilobytes of data, or 8 packets of data, about a kilobyte a packet, and send them back to the origin. Now the ping command then calculates or times. It's like it's got a stopwatch in it, and it gives you milliseconds, a time of how fast that information returned, or the echo. So it comes from ping pong. I hope you guys get that joke. That's literally where it comes from. It comes from ping pong. Ping. So why did I ping google.com? Because I wanted to know how far from google.com's main server I am. So if I ping from Tokyo to the United States, it's going to be like 1,000 milliseconds. If I ping from South Africa to the States, it's like 600 milliseconds. But what I wanted to show you here is that it returns in this specific terminal a ping value of 0 milliseconds, which means you are on google.com. And that is where the server is located, this computer is located, and this little part I have of this computer is how it works. Kinda, yeah. Better explanation I can't give you. Second command, ls, because bash said ping command not found. Second command, ls, stands for list. So it lists all the files in the current working directory or present working directory. And it popped out readme cloudshell.txt. So in there is a bunch of instructions of how to use this shell more effectively, and I will show you how to access text files shortly. Then I typed in pwd, which is abbreviated for present working directory, and it returned home HA Pretoria 0. The last command I typed was who am I, typed without spaces, and who am I returns your username, so it returned HA Pretoria 0. Are you two both still following me?
A little bit.
Kind of.
Okay, so what I just taught you is rudimentary navigation within a file system where you don't have a graphical user interface. So what we want to do is, let's say we want to go to the home directory. We're going to type cd. Now cd stands for change directory. That's how you remember it. It's change directory, cd. And now I'm going to show you a little sneaky trick. // enter. And there, voila, I'm in the home directory. And I go list again. There's two folders. Folders are shown in blue, files are shown in white. HA Pretoria 0 and lost and found. We're going to go back to HA Pretoria 0. Just by cding, or just typing cd HA Pretoria 0. And we're back where we started. To verify, we can use list, and there's the readme cloudshell.txt. So that's how you navigate through folders.
How long did it take you to learn all of this?
Yes, my dear. And remember, there's different commands for every single system.
Thank you.
So the last important thing that you need to be able to do is to use VI, and then you have to type out case sensitively your target text file's name. As well as the extension. Welcome to Google Cloud Shell, a tool for managing resources hosted on Google Cloud Platform. The machine comes pre-installed with Google Cloud SDK and other popular developer tools. Your 5 GB home directory will persist across sessions, but the VM is ephemeral and will be reset approximately 20 minutes after your session ends. No system-wide change will persist beyond that. Type GC Cloud Help to get help on using Cloud SDK. For more examples, visit https://cloud.google.com shell-docs quick start and https://cloud.google.com shell-docs examples. Type Cloud Shell Help to get help on using the Cloud Shell utility. Common functionality is aliased to short commands in your shell. For example, you can type DL file name at bash prompt to download a file. Type cloud shell aliases to see these commands. Okay, that's actually very useful because you would not believe how you struggle to download stuff. Then you go down with the cursor. Okay, so that's very useful to know. We know now that we've got 5 gigabytes of space available in the home folder, and we can download directly from it. So it's basically your Google Drive, but with insane speed connection, because this is connected straight to Google. So in any case, that's all I wanted to show you. You're going to create a VM, and we're going to spend some time with the CDN, setting up our CDN via these cloud consoles. So I highly recommend you go and log into a Google Cloud Console and kind of play around with it, read the documentation on it. It's a lot of fun once you start getting the hang of it, and create a website on it if you want, because you can.
Sound interesting.
Okay, so I'm going to move on. You must remember, this is a very big part of this lesson is self-study. Node.js is vast. When you go over the getting started guides and the debugging, just read through the stuff. Even if you don't understand half of it, just go through it, because it comes to mind later. Stuff that you memorize now, all of a sudden you remember, oh, that's where this fits in, yay. And then they have the audacity of calling coding fun. So Node.js.org is the international standard and the best code in the world. They are just the best of everything. So I want to take you to Dockerizing a Node.js web app. So you understand your website or your web app has to exist on someone else's computer or in the cloud for it to be able to be accessible to everybody. So to publish the app, you need a server, you need hosting. We covered this briefly in the previous course. So one of the ways to publish for free is to use Docker. So Docker is a service, and to Dockerize, what they mean is the code in which the Node.js web app is built is changed slightly and adapted so that it can actually be compatible with Docker. So here is a very nice tutorial. Create a Node.js app. This is your JSON file. Here's the server. Again, another command very useful when working in terminals is touch. Touch creates files. And then there's some settings you have to configure, and then you have to build the image, and then you have to run the image, and then you have to shut down the image. So I'm gonna republish this in the stream because it's so vitally important that you know this, that you actually go and do this. Like, I order you in the name of all that's logical to go and do the Dockerizing a Node.js web app. I'm gonna publish the thing here again. I'm gonna drop it on WhatsApp. Otsitutsi, are you on the WhatsApp group?
Yes, Henry. I'm in the WhatsApp group.
Okay, great. So you are getting updates from there as well. Not that there's been in many
Henry,
updates.
come again. Come again.
So you're monitoring what's going on the WhatsApp group.
Yes, I've been receiving some messages.
Okay.
Mm. That's where I actually get my links to join the meeting.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Okay, so then this is very important. The other framework that I want to discuss with you again is Angular. So Angular is the web application framework from Google. It's the only one that's secure. FNB's banking app is built in Angular, I promise you, because it's the only secure 100% perfect web app framework there is. But it's got a drawback. It's complicated and it's got a lot of fiff and faff. But if you make an Angular app, you're going to retire a young man. So bootstrapping is how to just scaffold out the basic tooling that you require to build an app. So, you know, your first couple of pages, setting up a server to send and receive information, setting up the database, all that jazz, bootstrapping. Then there's a static template, then there's AngularJS templates, components, and there's more templating, routing with multiple views, very important. All this stuff is stuff I expect you to go through yourself and see if you like it. You'll know, you'll all come back to me and say, no, I like this one now. And then another one's going to be like, I like this one now. And I'll be like, yes, that's very cute. So, what else I've got here for you is reactive forms with Angular. Okay, so this is angular.io. The other one was angularjs.org. They're the same thing. The one is just kind of from the marketing perspective. The other one is kind of the technical docs. But it all works the same thing.
Which one is which?
No, the code's exactly the same.
Okay.
So why would they have one and the same thing?
I don't know, because it's Google, baby. Google's crazy. Okay, and then we also have one from Facebook. So Facebook came up with something nonsense called React. And React sucks. So, but I still expect you. A lot of people fall in love with React. That's why I was sharing it with you, because maybe you're a React developer. We don't know. Can I tell you what I'm trying to do, by the way, throughout this course with you as individuals? You know the sorting hat in Harry Potter that decides go Gryffindor or Hufflepuff or... Now I'm like the sorting hat. I'm trying to figure out, or I just have to throw enough options in front of you so that you, and one of them is going to grab your attention like nothing else. And then you're going to become that type of developer. Because you understand that language and that dialect. And you can read and write that code. But everything else is boring to you. So keep that in mind as we go along, because you might be a React developer. And the React developers make big bucks, baby. But if you ask me personally, They should burn the service on which it stands. Sorry, I have very strong feelings against React.
I can feel it.
Yeah, just stay away from React. It's trash. It's complete trash. Auto binding. Do you have any idea? This is also known as automatic error generation. They use concepts and techniques that are ridiculous, but it's easy to use and it's fun. So go maybe become a React developer. Please don't. So here's what I'd recommend you do if you really want to do an app for yourself. The Tour of Heroes application and tutorial from angular.io/tutorial. Please, ladies and gentlemen, go do this. It's fun. It gives you a nice little app and it teaches you all the basics of mobile application and web application construction. How to add navigation. So this is how the app looks eventually. And here's now an example. So the command here is ng generate module app routing flat module app. So I'm going to run you through this. This is ng, this is Angular. Generate, so we're going to be generating a lot of code. We're generating a module, entire module. It's called app routing. It's going to be flat filed, so there's no directory structure. All the files we're generating are going in the same folder, and the module is equal to the directive app. So that was just a quick explanation of that one-liner, but that one-liner gives you an entire freaking app routing module. And this is, you see, it's generated. This is what it looks like. So it writes all this code for you. And you can push up and enter, up and enter, up and enter, copy paste, and you can create as many of these module.ts files as you want. And then you have to just fix it a little bit, and then you add your roots. Anyways, again, this is stuff you have to go through yourself. Then something that's very interesting and fun is the expressjs.com. I also expect you to go play around with this, because maybe you're an Express.js dev. I don't know. And there's the run command, node app.js, and then it runs at your localhost 3000. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, any questions?
No.